Hello guys, this is Pavel Oskarov from Laravel Daily Team and YouTube channel Laravel Business, and today I have a message for you guys, for my fellow developers, IT consultants, freelancers, agencies, and everyone around that. Question to you: don't you hate when clients change their mind? In the beginning of the project it may be okay, but when it happens in the middle of the project or at the end of the project, it's pretty frustrating, and often like it goes with conflicts, maybe even financial loss. So if you need to change something, then someone has to pay for that work, and it's pretty frustrating situation. And everyone hates that. Even clients hate that when they change their mind. But that's my message to you today. Clients change their mind usually because of a reason, of some reasons that something happened on their side which wasn't there in the beginning. So imagine some client wants some web project, and in the middle of it they decided, oh wait, by the way, I want a project to be multi-language or multi-country or something, which changes kind of architecture, database schema or something. Or for example, oh, we want mobile app, which means that you need to create API and restructure the project possibly, or something like some crucial change, which may lead to significant refactoring of the code and significant changes and cost and stuff like that. And then there is a conflict. What should we do? Should we probably charge client more for more work, but then it's frustrating to redo the work that wouldn't be actually useful? Like, it feels pretty useless to write a lot of code and then throw it all away because clients change their mind. So that's from developers' perspective. No one likes it. But let's turn to the other side and let's see how clients think about it and why they change their mind. And I want to give you one particular reason which stands behind all of it. Why clients change their mind, why they change their opinion, why they don't know what they want, and they find out only in the beginning, only at the end of the project. That's also frustrating, and that's kind of related. Everything comes down to one simple reason. Clients don't create projects for themselves. Usually, in 99% of the time, usually the users of the system that they are kind of so basically, you write the code for the system, for the client, and users of that system won't be the same person or the same company. Or even if it's the same company, it may be different people. So typical example, as I have currently a few projects. So one example, I'm building a website for a client who runs running like business for runners, so registration for the events. So my actual client is not the client who pays me money, but their clients, their customers who would register for the events. So they have to listen to their opinion, adapt to that whenever they want. They have to adapt to the market changes, and they change their mind. My client changes his mind not because of just some idea. Well, it may be that too, but usually the reason is their clients. So the actual people who would use the system, who would pay for that, who would bring money, who would bring business and basically make it profitable. Another example is I have a client, like internal system to manage transactions, financial transactions, kind of a payroll accountancy system. And the person I'm dealing with, the manager, he is the manager, but the actual user of the system would be accountants, and it's different. And what happened in the project, they showed the project to their finance team and came back with some feedback which kind of adds a few days of work additional, which wasn't planned. It will be billable, it's okay, but that's actually what happens. There is a saying that no business survives contact with the customer. So this is what happens here. Whenever clients change their mind or come up with some new idea, it usually happens because of their clients, because of their customers. So remember that all the time, that the person or the company that you work for usually create something not for themselves. In rare cases it is for themselves, but most of the time the users of the system, the people who actually use and pay for that system, would be different people. And if they run, for example, if they run a business, your client runs a business, they have to adapt to the market, they have to sell. And if some idea doesn't sell, they have to adapt and to change something, and then you change the code. So always look a little more kind of with understanding, and try to find out and understand what is the reason behind changing their mind, what is the reason behind any pivot. And usually it's not that bad, or it happens for a reason which in the end is profitable to you. Imagine if they don't change their mind. Imagine if it's a kind of a waterfall business model, project management, they come up with idea and they go with that all the way. So for example, half year or 1 year project, they don't change their mind on anything, and you deliver exactly what they wanted in the beginning. But then in that year, in that half year, market changes. They find out something about their customer that they didn't know. Maybe some competitors appear during that time. Maybe some recession hits. I don't know, anything on the market changes, and you still deliver the old solution, which means that their business will probably fail and you will get out of business, and you won't get any more work for version 2 or for upgrades. So compare that to the scenario where they do change their mind. There are sometimes like you hate them for that, but they deliver better solution, they earn more money, and then what happens? They come back to you for more work. So in the end, it's profitable for both of you, for the client and for yourself, for you as a freelancer or agency or company. So with that in mind, try to be understanding with the client why they change their mind. Try to dig deeper to the reasons of that, and try to go with them along their way, because they're running a business too, and you have to help them, and that's your primary goal. Not to create the code or design or technical stuff. Your goal, remember, is to make your client business successful in whatever form. It could be money, it could be traction, it could be something else. So yeah, that video is for you guys to remember that clients change their mind for a reason, because they're not creating stuff for themselves. And if they wouldn't change their mind, we would be all out of business. On that note, see you in other videos, and subscribe to the channel to get more videos like this one. Cheers.